a very interesting lady who has a very interesting story and an even more interesting book. She has written a very personal story. It's actually in Spanish, and she's going to talk a little bit of Spanish in a while, but first she's going to answer a few of my questions in English so that you can all learn a little bit about it, because soon she might translate this book into English. And if you're a lawyer, litigator, prosecutor, attorney of any kind in any country, this is especially important for you to watch out for. If you're not, and you've been a victim of a crime, or you've had anything troubling happen in your life, you'll know that there can be a very deep journey of suffering and then somehow healing through that. And this is what happened to Yanira. On both ends, she has been a prosecutor. She has then experienced herself as a victim of a crime, connected to a victim of a crime, let's say, but then had the tough journey of having to find it all out. So I want to ask you, Yanira, I know a bit about the book. I've heard you speaking about it for the last 3 days at this International Frankfurt Book Fair. 70,000 people, I keep saying, because I'm so shocked how many people are here. And I've really been moved by the real journey you've been on, because you've realized a lot going through this process to go through that very tragic situation and to then come through it to write the book. So I wanted you to just say something to people about what does writing a book really do in terms of helping you heal from a trauma? What can you say about that?
Well, like you just said, when you write, you heal because you are letting all those feelings go out and you are expressing yourself. And at the same time, you are trying to understand, or maybe you even can understand things that you didn't understand before. So that's going to free your spirit. That's why I'm breaking the silence. That's why it's called Rompiendo el Silencio, because I decide to break the silence in order to heal and get back to the light, to help other people that have been in a traumatic process like the one I just went.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, we actually have worked on that title with people that have been in very difficult situations where they were forced to keep a secret, like if they had child abuse when they were very young, you know.
Yes.
And it's so interesting to see the title of your book for a very different reason being presented in this context now with you and your journey. So it's very true that how you silently suffer can really make you ill. So I'm very glad you're speaking out about how to do that. And maybe you can give us an idea what changed in you once you completed this book.
Okay, yes. After I completed the book, I felt free. Freedom. That's the first thing I felt when I finished my book. Why? Because I held up for such a long time. This was in 2011 until today. Those feelings, that frustration of different things. And also I have the story of my sister, which I understood it more now. And I can learn from it, and I can teach other people to learn from that story as well. So it's not only mine, it's also hers. Yeah. And now I'm talking for her.
Yeah, you're her voice. When you read this book, people, you're going to understand why it's such a profound journey of transformation, because it's a tragic story that turned out to become a very, very powerful reflective mirror. You know how we say books can become mirrors. They can become mirrors that reflect back to us something about someone else's world. If you write them, your own world. And so now I want to give the space to Yanira to say a few things to her Spanish audience. Anybody watching this video that wants to read this book right away in Spanish, go for it. Tell us about it. Tell us what the story's about in a nutshell. And then when it gets translated, the rest of us are lucky enough to be able to read it. Go ahead.
Bueno, muchas gracias a todos los que nos están escuchando. El libro se llama Rompiendo el Silencio, Luz después del horror, porque por muchos años yo callé. Es el asesinato de mi hermana, el cual yo conocía a la persona, ambas conocíamos a la persona y confiábamos profundamente. Se ve a través de los ojos de la hermana, de la abogada fiscal, era fiscal en mi país en el momento en que esto ocurrió, y la mujer de fe, porque está relacionado un poco con la religión. Por lo tanto, lo vas a ver de diferentes maneras, vas a ver toda la transición completa, la tragedia, cómo me entero, todo lo que sufro, cómo llego a un lugar oscuro, que ya puede ser tú o puede ser una persona que tú conozcas, que llegue a ese lugar, y cómo regresamos a la luz. Y regresamos a la luz a brillar para ayudar a los demás. Y por eso es que lo escribimos, rompemos el silencio y nos hacemos libres.
Wow, a very, very important story. For a very, very important message for all of us to know how it's actually important to have the empathy on both sides. You know, they say that when you are able to feel compassion for the abuser and the abused, you have reached a higher state of consciousness. The same is true now. If you are able to feel compassion for yourself and for those who have done harm to you, it's a very powerful thing. I'm glad this book tackles that topic. Congratulations, Janita, on writing it.
Thank you, and thank you, Elenique, for the video.
Yeah, very happy to do it. I'm really glad to share everyone's story. We have an amazing mama, a book mama.
Yes.
This is Dr. Angelica Benavides, Dr. B. She brought us here. We want to say thank you to her as well. And to Yanira, to myself, Nutan, to Dr. Latina, and Blanca, and Monica. We are all here representing the power of your own voice. Make sure you think seriously. Maybe there's a book inside of you. Maybe you're ready to write. If you are, get in touch. We're wanting to help all of you get your story out to the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, sweetheart.